Welcome one and all to wherever you are around the world. This is FIBA Basketball World Cup Asian Qualifier action. Game day 2, Chinese Taipei against the Olympic bronze medalist Australia. Taking place in the Okinawa bubble. And this is how Group B stands right now after Australia's comfortable win over Japan. Can they climb above Japan and make sure they're top of Group B by the end of today? China, obviously the other team in this pool, and there are the Boomers. Very much the favourites to progress and progress as Group B winners. And it is the Australians that we will see first. Plenty of talent, one or two perhaps unfamiliar names to you, but so much strength in the paint. That man there, Nick Kay, led from the front, as did Angus Brandt there, against Chinese Taipei when these two teams met a little earlier this week. And they started off strong too. Very efficient performance under that man, Rob Beveridge. Familiar face, of course, in Scotland. Coached them not that long ago, back in 2018. Well, as for Chinese Taipei, well, one man tried to do his bit to stem the tie. That was Willie Martino making his debut. And it had to be physical to keep up with the likes of Kay. But there's talent here. The only question is, can they sustain that talent over 4 quarters? They were able to live with the Australians on periods. There is Artino. It's about sustaining that talent all the way through this game and seeing if they can. There's Charles Henry Parker, the head coach for Chinese Taipei. And before we go any further, we pause for the national anthems.
The national anthem of Australia. The Olympic song of Chinese Taipei.
So the preliminaries are just about complete. And here are tonight's officials, led by Glenn Cornelio of the Philippines, officials from Korea in support. So to the Australians then, and expected to dominate throughout these qualifiers for the World Cup, and they'll want to not just get to the World Cup final period, but expect to go deep. Chinese Taipei, well, they've had a relatively poor time of it in the last couple of qualification periods. But they do have a record of competing, certainly at Asian level, top 3 or 4, for instance, at the FIBA Asian Cup not that long ago. But as for the Boomers, well, they have so much size, and K not only performed against Chinese Taipei in their previous meeting this week, but also against Japan too. Look out for Na in the backcourt, quietly efficient. So lots alike. But you would think it's all going to be revolving around Nick Kay, their captain, and no surprise to see that he's there. So too Angus Brandt up in the centre position. Na, Zunic and Moller completing the starting 5. And trust me, there's talent to come from the bench. Rob Beveridge then, such a feature of Australian basketball over the last few years. At Southland Sharks these days. Nearly 30 years a coach in professional basketball. And I wonder just how much he's enjoying seeing this young talent come through. Young talent in some parts, of course. Nick Kay not far off 30 these days. Now, as for Chinese Taipei, a lot to do. Remember, they went down by 27 points when these two teams met on Thursday. These are the players that must get through these first few moments. Artino, no surprise to see him at centre. Pai, Chow, Han and Wu alongside him. Let's listen into the coach.
Here's the starting 5. Australian number 4,
Such a shame, of course, that we don't have fans in the arena tonight. Still a public health situation that needs addressing. Nonetheless, lots of great basketball to come over the next hour and a half or so. Brandt, Kay, key to everything that the Boomers do. And Na will certainly supply them with plenty of efficient basketball for them to exploit. Artino up against Brandt will be quite a battle down the paint. And let's see what the others can do. Chinese Taipei then in the white against Australia in the green, and we are underway in Okinawa. Moller to Kay at the top of the key. And Brandt with the easy layup, and the Boomers are off and running. Sunic for three, but there's a foul called inside on Chinese Taipei.
29, first personal, teams first. Australia free throw at the line, number 9, Sunic.
Sunic will head to the line then. It was noticeable in the first game between these two teams that Australia got off to a very fast start indeed. What advantage of there being no fans? You hear every single word. Two-point game then, early stages here in Okinawa. An early attempt from Wu. Nothing but air ball though. Here come the Boomers. Oh, great pass, but strips from Kay. And away come Chinese Taipei. Here is Wu driving it up. Fine layup. Zhao Jin Wu with his first points of the game. We're tied at 7. And real intensity already about Chinese Taipei, although a certain amount of confusion from William Martino there. His second foul. Kick back out to Na. Tries to drive it up the lane himself, has Brandt for company with the spin and the layup. And already you sense that Brandt is going to have a strong influence on this game. Oh, great dish and the finish. Han with the 2 points and the steal. Chinese Taipei, oh, how about that? Rejected by Nick Kay, leading from the front, even though he can't believe the call. Thought he got a piece of it. And here is the block. Now, goaltending, I think, is the goal.
Hey, what about the offense? You got my arm too.
Chinese Taipei up by 2. Brandt. Nah. Trying to drive it up. K from mid-range. Oh, that's a style that we accustomed to him. Moller to the corner it goes. Don't give Nah that sort of space. At some stage he's going to connect. Sunik in there scrapping. It'll be Chinese Taipei ball. Two-point game then. And already a certain feistiness about Chinese Taipei that is a lot to like. Pai. Nice jumper from Chu. Quickly work to Moller. Oh, great pass. Nick K delivering. Wonderful vision from Moller. So much talent now in Australian basketball. A real feature of the last 10, 15 years or so. Their emergence on the World Game as Artino watches on. But there, coast to coast, magnificent. Craig Moller once again. Real fast open game this right now. Two-point game. Only midway through the first quarter. Artino off the iron. K gets the rebound. Round the back from Brandt. Chinese Taipei giving the Australians a little bit of a runaround right now, and Wu with the tray. And who saw this one coming? Chinese Taipei up by 3. They showed the other day that they could live with Australia for periods. Well, they're leading them a merry dance right now. Timeout Boomers.
Offensively here, again, they'll probably stay in the zone. They get ahead here, reverse it, get out short, high post, inside, outside type of action. But it's the defense again that we've got to pick up on. If they're in the zone, they'll put the ball on the floor. We've got to contain that, get in our stance. We've got to get nasty now, boys. Ready to play? Come on, go. What about it? 1, 2, 3.
Well, are they ready to play? Asks Rob Beveridge. Not happy, I don't think, with the pace of this game. Want to slow it up, play a half-court game in contrast, but this is a very young roster on the Australian side. Down by 3 here. Plenty of talent. Plenty of changes made here by Rob Beveridge. Whistle goes inside.
Foul Chinese Taipei, number 42, first personal, team's third.
I'd like to say that we could see that call, but I don't know the Australians are going to let us somehow. Fan is called for it. Nah. Okay. Oh, great bounce pass. And Moller gets it to drop. 4 points now for Craig Moller, as you can see. 1-point game. Wu. Pai. Puts it up from way back. A little optimistic there. And away come Australia. To the corner it goes. Martina with the rebound. Stolen by Moller. Kay's waiting for it. The alley-oop. Delivered with aplomb. Nick Kay. 6 points to his name. Beautifully set up by Madronya. Gotta love it, haven't you? And immediately, timeout called Chinese Taipei. 3:53 in the first.
Hey, man, let me get it on the block. Wait for a second. Hey.
就是你在这边的时候，那个跳动要快一点，因为我们现在他会一直想办法在 high post 拿到球，所以第一个这个在这边的时候会有可能要想办法不要让他拿球。如果他一拿到球的时候，会有要稍微压迫他，让他没有办法轻松的传 high low。
他一拿到球，我们直接变面，好不好？直接变面。
他麦拿到球就是没准备，然后他麦拿到球就是没。
I'm gonna get open on the block and give it to the next play.
哎，下一个做那个 weak elbow weak。
If it's not there in the front, they can just bring the ball. They don't want to give it.
哎，有耐心一点。
I'm sure that man's delighted with how this game has started. Real hustle from Chinese Taipei up until this point. But you've got to get the execution right. It's no good looking at each other. You've got to make sure you get it right. That passed way. And a terrific photo finish from his teammate. Moller. Kay. Lost again. No real quality at the moment from the Boomers, and a simple layup in the end. Fan left all alone. And they're really in there. And I don't know the Australian heads are quite there either. Well, that helps the cause immensely. McDonald. Kay rather. Back to Madronya off the iron. Kay gets the offensive rebound. But he can't do it all himself. Flings it back out to McDonald for three. That's beautifully done. Sean McDonald. Nice way to make your entrance.
Come on, man.
Foul called. It's like the Vanilla Gorilla has managed to pick up his first. And changes made. Brand comes back in.
Number 6, Galloway, and number 12, Brand.
And Galloway, the Sydney Kings, joining him. Back come Chinese Taipei. Donald, Galloway. All sorts of open court. And goodness me, well, if Reese Vega is going to get that sort of space and open court, then just kiss this game goodnight. Martina driving up from the low post. Nice layup. What about the spin? Working hard again. Galloway. Brandt over the top. Fake! Oh, what a team play. Beveridge can't be unhappy now. Just starting to turn it up, those substitutions. It's making all the difference. Las Vegas certainly added plenty. Artino for three, nothing but net. McDonald to Brandt, kicks back out. Galloway, oh, it's not quite the quality he was looking for.
Substitution for Chinese Taipei, number 20.
Well, there's Artino getting so much traction there up against Brandt, but there, the reverse from Rijswijk. Lin. Way. Brandt in his face. Bounce pass. Finds Lin, but he can't find his way to the basket. And coast to coast come Australia, with McDonald drawing the foul.
Follow Chinese Taipei. Number 7, Wade. First personal in teams 4.
Still one foul to give, mind you, for Chinese Taipei as Wei picks up his first.
Number 8, Liu Xiaowan. Free throw. Headline number 7, McDonald.
As Wang comes to the court, McDonald goes to the line. There's so much talent in the Australian setup these days. Many of the roster graduates of their centre of excellence. Good team in the 2021 World Cup under 19 level. Galloway, McDonald rather, from the outside, but there's a foot out of bounds.
There was a foul on Chinese Taipei, number 7, Wade. Second personal. Chinese Taipei in the penalty. 재판가 역적 포인트를 오스트라리아니 프리스로가 앞에 Free throw, Australia. Number 6, Galloway. Going for 2.
Galloway then it is, to extend the Australian advantage.
Move after shot, move after shot.
4-point game. Mentioning the young talent as Artino gets the very briefest of breaks on the sideline, gets that ended, he's back involved. 32 seconds remaining. Interesting to see where Australia go from here in this second quarter when it begins. Taipei giving a real run for their money right now. Out to the corner it goes, but Wang, only air ball there. Time here for Australia. 5 seconds. Galloway, not quite, McDonald rather, and that will do us for the first quarter, which has seen Australia given much stiffer competition than they might have expected. They lead by only 4. Chinese Taipei 25, Australia 29. And the tail of the tape. Look at that inside from Chinese Taipei. Artino's work there. And having the advantage from outside too. And these are some of the best moments that we've seen so far. Nice spin from Angus Brandt, using his size and power relative to his opponent. Artino, though, well, that's a different matter. Had a fine game, Artino, in the first meeting between these two. 14 points and 8 rebounds. But there is so much talent in this Australian team. So much young talent as well. Kay, the captain, but leading from the front once again. Points from Kay so far, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Emmett Nah doing what he can from the backcourt with 4 assists. But it's Brandt with 8, Vague with 5. Craig Moller had a fine start to the game as well with 4 points. Don't forget, get all the information you need on these FIBA World Cup qualifiers wherever they are around the world. Scan your QR code and use the hashtag FIBAWC. And of course, those finals taking place partly in Japan. We are back underway. Australia up by 4. Emmett Nah back on the court. Forward to Brandt. Foul called. Zunic comes on. Having drawn that foul, of course. Moller in, Kay in, Zunic in, Nah in. Real roster change from Rob Beveridge. Here's Kay. Zunic. Rebound goes Chinese Taipei's way with Chu. Artino. Nice bounce pass, but cut out. And away come Australia. Zunic back out to Kay. But Taipei get a steal in. Not to like about Chinese Taipei right now. Artino, though, from the top of the key, no good. Zunic. Moller. Kay driving up the baseline. Brandt has got to make that sort of long range too. He's going to get another try though, and still can't find the layup. But there's a whistle. The Australians far from comfortable here. May yet be that they stretch it out. Just lost his grip of the ball. Foul called on Way. Already a couple of early fouls on Chinese Taipei in this second quarter. 7 personal fouls all told compared to Australia's 4. Five-point game. As we see Yao Cheng Pai come back into the game. Martino, by far their biggest producer of points, 9 so far to him, 4 from 7. And if Chinese Taipei are going to stay tight to Australia, then they're going to need even more than that. You can imagine 20-30 point game, but there's the steal from Brandt. Zunic flings it back out. Emmett Nah floats it up. Now comes the pressure points for Chinese Taipei. Full court once again. Pai. Oh, nicely done. Artino, though, can't find the layup on the alley-oop. Moller. Nah. Brandt looking for Kay, can't get there. Works it way to Zunic in the corner. Great team basketball from Australia. And the efficiency is just starting to ramp up. They lead by double digits. And this, their biggest lead so far. Tino can't get the rebound. It's Brandt who secures it. But no, great bounce pass finds Kay. Brandt driving up the lane with authority. And there's the power in the paint that Australia have with the likes of Kay and Brandt. Zunic started it off from the corner. That took Australia 10 points clear. The bounce pass from Nah, so good. And Kay leaving Brandt to drive it up the lane. Timeout Chinese Taipei. They're down by 12. 7:27 left in the half. Well, Charles Parker has distilled the words of wisdom. And they've got the quality to instill them on the court. Not so from there. Oh, fabulous stuff from Moller. And Zunic is only going to finish it from there. It really is a kick in the teeth after the Chinese Taipei timeout. Australia unbeaten so far in this Asian qualification campaign. Wonderful spin. Yao Ching Pai once more. Looking at talent in the backcourt with plays like that. Emmett Nah. Simple float up off the glass. Tino with the rebound for Chinese Taipei. Inside to Tino, the spin and the dunk. And he's loving it. Back to within 10. Nah. Moller in the left-hand corner. It's worked well for Australia in the past. Nah. Moller gets the rebound, finds Nah. Wonderfully floated up. Brandt with 11 inside. Nah 4, Moller 4, Kay with 6. Martino. Great screen from Martino. And there. How about the tray for Yu Chao? Zunic. Nah. Brandt. Oh, has it ripped from him. Back goes Zunic. Looking for Kay, and finally, like a pinball, it's made its way to him. Pai finds Chao. Long range 2. Wow. Bing Shenglin's efforts keeping Australia to within 9. Kay, Zunic, the movement is so good from Australia right now. And those are hands from Angus Brandt, so Chinese Taipei ball. Nah makes his way, Zunic, Brandt. Triple change from Rob Beveridge. comfortable, I would imagine, with how this second quarter has gone. Rees-Veig, Madronya, McDonald back in. Xiaoxin Wu, Cheng Lin in for Chinese Taipei. Here's Pai, though. Back out to the top of the key. Off the rim. Zhao can't find the finish. Veig for three, off the iron. Madronya. Samoa in the low post. Oh, what about the vision to pick out Kay? Nicely done. Wu picks out Cheng Lin in the low post. Can't quite get ahead of Moller, though. Still with Chinese Taipei ball, though. Pai. It was a double team for a moment. That left the space in the open court, but Zhao can't find the tray. Pai. Oh wow! About that pass, beautiful dish. Zhao and Pai combining once more. McDonald. Madronya back to McDonald. Craig Moller for three. Chinese Taipei back to within 9. Oh, but Zhao just couldn't find the layup. Madronya. Moller. Rees-Veig. McDonald. Madronya trying to get down the baseline. Kay works it back. McDonald for three. Sean McDonald. Producing a move of real quality. They needed that as well. A little bit more comfort, and there's the steal. Nick Kay, the alley-oop. Rees-Veig, the vanilla gorilla, devouring that one. Suddenly it's a 14-point game, and look at those points and turnovers. Oh, that's how about the determination from Cheng Lin? Nearly has his head ripped off by the gorilla, and then still puts the layup away. Cheng Lin then to the line for the extra.
One shot.
They are just about holding on. Important, you would think, for them to stay within 10 if they can. In these remaining 2 minutes and 11 seconds. McDonald for Australia. Veig. Brandt. Holds it up. Madronya for two. Martino up against Brandt. Finds the layup. Brandt's frustrated because Artino is doing more than anybody to keep Chinese Taipei competitive. 6 from 10 now.
Number 31, Alpino. Second personal, Dave third.
Called for a technical. Well, that has to be such a disappointment for the coach.
Possession on Australia.
Produces a fine layup. And then gives away the technical. Can't understand it. Over enthusiasm, such pride in the jersey right now as we see Australia now. McDonald's already done this. Can't find the rebound though. Wu, oh, how about the layup? Xiaojin Wu. Not the first time he's done that. Fake. Brandt. To Vay, McDonald. To the corner it goes, Aquera. Yet another young graduate of the Centre of Excellence showing just that. Wu. Martino. Almost teasing Brandt, and so much space as well now. It's open court. Martino's leading them all in. And Pai will eat that for breakfast. Bing Chen Lin is called for the foul though, with 47 seconds remaining. Still a foul to give for Taipei.
First personal, team score. Substitution, Chinese Taipei, number 10, Lin. And for Australia, number 6, Galloway.
Jalen Galloway coming back in. Another graduate from that 2021 World Cup Under-19 campaign.
47 seconds remaining on the second quarter.
And here he is. 10-point game. Still plenty of time. Brandt does well to hold on under pressure from Martino. Double team. How about the dish there? Unfortunate that Aquera couldn't get there ahead of Wu. 2.2 remaining on the shot clock. Loving the commitment from Chinese Taipei here. Aquera finds McDonald. Air ball. And shot clock expires. About a 2 or 3 second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Pai with Galloway in his face, can't shake him, but gets a screen for Martino eventually off the glass. Chinese Taipei get another bite of the cherry. Can Pai put it up? He can, but it's all ineffectual. And Chinese Taipei, I suspect, quite satisfied with that first half. They've had some work, and Australia have threatened on a couple of occasions to stretch that lead out, and it is the Boomers who lead. Chinese Taipei 46, Australia 56. Plenty to look forward to in the second half. Not an awful lot of celebration on the Australian bench, as you might expect. 5 from 17, not quite the standards they want from three-point land, but they're certainly not allowing Chinese Taipei to get to the line. Rebounds and assists going very much the Australians' way. Martino leading all scorers on 13. There he is, despite that technical. And a fine first half. Just picked up a couple of personal fouls too. And this, some of the highlights from the first half. We mentioned Martino then, 13 points, 6 from 10 from the court as we watch Angus Brandt show what he can do with the spin and the layup. And there is Martino showing similar. Chow with 9 points, 70 for Yao Cheng Pai. And as for Australia, Brandt 5 from 7 from the court. Sean McDonald 6 points. They're only 2 from 6 outside. Nick Kay 10, 5 from 7 from him too. Vague 7, Zunic 6. And don't ignore the 10, the all-round game from Kay. Not just those 10 points, but 6 rebounds and 7 assists. Moller with 5 assists. Na with 4 of them too. Very efficient from the Australians. 23 field goals, 22 assists. Sunik's shown what he can do from way out. There's been good awareness too, but the movement from Australia has been at times far superior to their opponents. Great conditioning from the Australian backroom team as well, to get them into that sort of shape consistently. Martino, who is a force of nature. Didn't the bench enjoy that one? Calling it before he's even made the alley-oop. Worth listening to the sound as much as anything. That was a good hustle from Wu. That gets better, that layup. The more you see it. So important that the teams can generate this atmosphere, of course, with no fans in the arena. And what an atmosphere it would have been. We'll see you very shortly for the second half. Australia up by 10.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
And Lebanon back in possession, so a chance to build on this 10-point lead again here, Lebanon. 7 minutes to go in this ball game. It's great hands, Arakji, and a simple finish.
So Jawad, so no, can't find anybody apart from Zaid Abbas. And away comes Jordan, driving up down the lane. Abu Wassane enjoyed that one, didn't he?
Alhamwi looking to run interference on the perimeter. Nice dribble, better baseline cut, bigger finish from Hani Adribi. Beautiful Syrian basketball. The most part through 3 quarters on Thursday, and then couldn't deal with the pressure in the fourth. It looks like it's going to be a different story here today. Hamad Hassan Zadeh with the dunk, and Iran have their largest lead at 9.
Sayo spills it up, and there's the runaway flush. Jalen Galloway, easy score as he sails high. Bryant now up to 8 points, 2 rebounds, goes inside, and Evans finds the paint like a ghost town.
Ibrahim showing everybody how it should be done. And if everybody could do that, they would be a lot happier in the world. Ibrahim with all the skills.
Brody Ravena has it. Spins, puts it up, gets it to go. We got some talented, skillful players out there, don't they? Post up instead, Vague with a lovely little spin move and a backdoor cut. Samuels accepts the pass. Now fakes it, drives in. Oh, what hops he has! And then he hung on the rim and slapped the backboard.
the team's first substitution. Number 12, Brad.
Welcome back to Okinawa. We're not far away from the second half between these two teams, Chinese Taipei and Australia. 10 points the margin, 56-46. Such a disappointment, though, that we can't get more fans inside the arena. But for very obvious reasons, that's not possible. Emmett Na there. His first appearances, of course, in the green and gold. Looking very much to the manner born in these Asian qualifiers. Angus Brandt, no stranger to this sort of environment. As indeed is Nick Kay, and I don't just mean the Asian qualification format, but those two, and Riesweg, both all playing their club basketball in Japan in the Japanese B-League. Brandt and Vague with Gakawa in the Five Arrows Club. Nick Kay with the Susanoo Magic. There's the coach, Rob Beveridge. Likes a bit of seafood. Japan, very much the place to go if you want to enjoy that. Willie Martino. He definitely had one of the better halves of basketball on the court. Originally, of course, from Iowa. Team in his 11 center. To Creighton University in Nebraska. And we have seen some talent elsewhere in this Chinese Taipei lineup. The likes of Pai and Chow combining well in the backcourt, but without the strength in the 5 position. And there's not an awful lot they're going to be able to do about it. Martino 5 from 7, even chipping in a 3-point play at one stage. Going to need more threat from elsewhere around this roster if they are going to progress in this game. Remember, in terms of the standings, Australia 2-0 in this Group B. And if they win today, then they'll climb above Japan at the top of the standings. China also in this Group B. But this is the last of this particular window's fixtures. We all convene once again in late June, early July, where Chinese Taipei will face Japan, Australia will face China. And China, who have got a bit of a backlog of games to complete, having not been able to make it to Japan for this this window. They will have 3 games to play. Australia against China, back-to-back games. China also with a game against Chinese Taipei too, and then the final round of games are due to be Japan against Australia, China against Chinese Taipei once more. So a little uneven this this group, with those 2 China-Australia games still to be played. Qualifiers will soon be completed, and we can start to plan for the final sector of this terrific competition. It will be played between August the 25th and September the 10th, here in Japan, the Philippines, and also in Indonesia. Japan, of course, already qualified, so very much between China and Australia, you would think. 6 places available for the remaining teams. You would think Australia will take one of them. Philippines and Japan already automatically qualified. Indonesia, well, they have to reach the quarterfinals of the upcoming FIBA Asia Cup to make sure they're in. So there may yet be a 7th spot perhaps, but we shall see how that progresses. Third quarter underway then. Chinese Taipei in the white, Australia in the green. And no surprise to see Pai Altino in that starting 5 for Chinese Taipei, as there's an early foul called. Looks like it's Angus Brandt who's been drawn by Martino. Martino, Chow, Fan, Pai and Wu in the starting 5 for them. And for Australia, Brandt, Kay, Moller, Na, Zunic. Martino, early chance from the line. And if he can exert some influence in the paint, then Chinese Taipei will not be that far away. Certainly gave Australia a game in their first meeting. 14 points and 8 rebounds, and he's already on to surpass that. There's Emmett Na, Moller. Zunic trying to get open. Na does so, drives it up, bounce pass. Nothing that Moller or Brandt can do. Chinese Taipei ball. Fan with the rebound. There's Pai, oh, denied by Moller. Looks like the wild man with the hair. Well, he's certainly wild getting stuck in there. Way through. Thou shalt not pass. Wu. Here is Yao Chen Pai. Into the corner it goes. Chow, well, it's great hustle in defense from Zunic. And Fan can't find the layup. Emmett Narton just loses possession for a moment. Nick Kay off the iron. Hand in there from Chow. And it's Chinese Taipei ball, or it was. Rob Beveridge, not a happy man. And the foul is called on Mahler. No one in real foul trouble for the Australians just yet. Possible exception of Reece Vague, who's on 2.
Two shots.
We've been wondering this, haven't we, throughout the pandemic? How the shooters cope with the silence around the arenas with no fans allowed. Arguably, that's even more off-putting than 5,000 fans waving in your face. 7-point game. Not unsportsmanlike, of course, the Mahler foul. That's why Rob Beveridge was so irate. As Pai drives it up. Can't make the long-range 2 fall. Here come Australia with Emmett Nah. Back to Mahler, no problem. Nothing that Australia can do but deny Taipei. Brandt finds Nah. Mahler combining once more. Back to Emmett Nah, so much open court. You've got to find the 3 from that sort of range and that sort of time and space. Pai. Martino. On fake. And then off the iron. Here's Nick Kay. Emmett Nah's going to drive it up. Doesn't need anybody else. And he's quick to show his thanks to the captain. Wu for a long-range 2. Well, execution letting him down there. Emmett Nah might show him how it's done. Over the top to Kay. Finds Mahler in open court. Here is Nick Kay. It's not quite the precision from the Australians either in the early stages of this 3rd quarter, and then there's a whistle.
Foul on Chinese Taipei, number 42, Fan.
Let's watch this again. Fan on Kay, and there is the ball, isn't there?
Australia, number 25, Very.
His 2nd foul then.
From the baseline.
As Reece Vague comes in for Angus Brandt. Okay, back to Vague. Oh, that looked good, but just didn't quite fall. Yao Cheng Pai. 11-point game. Australia with much the better of it in this 3rd quarter, although only a 1-point differential in the 3rd quarter. It's got to be better there, though, from Shi on Fan.
Australia ball.
Neither team would be content, though, with this start. All a little laid back. Not quite the intensity that we saw, particularly towards the end of the 2nd quarter. Mahler, Kay, Emmett Nah gets the screen from Kay, but can't find his captain. Well, until the captain goes out of bounds. Chinese Taipei ball. Good hustle from Yao Cheng Pai, who's certainly impressed me. Had more opportunities to add points than he would have maybe appreciated. 3 from 7. Hasn't been able to convert them, though. That's my point. 6 assists, mind you. Here's Artino there for Chinese Taipei. Wu. Pai towards Artino in the low post, up against Reece Vague. Size difference there, but Artino's still got to find the basket. Zunic Mollop. Nah. Nick Kay. Back to Zunic, trying to find Kay, but finds a Chinese Taipei player instead. Yao Cheng Pai. Tino. Kay watching him like a hawk right now. Zhao eventually finds Xiong Fan. Taipei back to within 9 for now as Kay falls to the courts. I felt the effects of that too. It was a brilliant bit of improvisation in the end, wasn't it? Was looking for the open jumper, and then in the end saw his open man. Majonia into the game then for Zunic as the court is cleared. Still Australia ball. Okay. Here's Emmett now. He'll do it all himself. No, bounce pass, Nick Kay with a dunk. Simple as. Points Nick Kay's way now, 6 from 11. Martino trying to drive it up from the low post. Got all sorts of Australian players for company. And the Travellers called Martino, can't quite believe it, shaking his head as if it's a completely foreign concept. And that will do Nick Kay's contribution for now. Janet Galloway in, Angus Brandt back in. As Moller steps out with Kay. Not literally. I doubt with the COVID regulations anyone's able to head out these days in Okinawa. Here is Galloway. Madronia. Fired all the way to Na. Brandt. Bounce pass finds Vague. He'll do well to finish from there, but foul called inside. Xiong Fan, I think. That is his third foul, so they're beginning to rack up a little on the Chinese Taipei side. No. Finds Vague, puts it up nicely. Martino on 2 for Chinese Taipei. Xiong Fan 3, and now that lead is stretched out to 13 with the help of Reece Vague. 9 points to him. Chinese Taipei timeout. Well, it'll be interesting to see whether Chinese Taipei can hold on to even this deficit. Remember, they trailed by 27 at the end of the first meeting between these two teams, and they well, it's not been pretty in previous qualifiers either in terms of the final margin. And the full court comes on from Australia. Away though comes Pai. Brilliant pickup though. How about the smart work from Reece Vague? Read it terrifically well. And here's Emmett Na. Galloway. Bounce pass aimed for Vague, but stepping in, go Chinese Taipei. Also no effect though. Chow with the original steal. There's Galloway for two off the glass. His second points of the night. Pai, busy little player. Chow, back to Yao Cheng Pai. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Pai trying to do it all himself. Artino gets the rebound. Australia just stretching clear and making it look very easy is Alex Munjonya. Now we're seeing the margin stretch, and Chinese Taipei really do have to hold on now. Towards Artino, driving it up against Vague, picks up the and one. "17 points to his name, and with strength and brute aggression, why not go to him every single time?" Terrific turnaround from the man from Iowa. 6 rebounds as well, and well, Coach Beveridge sees enough and brings Nick Kay back in straight away.
At the line, number 31, Altino. Going for one.
That's Reece Vague's third foul. No reason why Altino wouldn't target him. McDonald, back to Nick Kay. Munjonya. Here's Angus Brandt. All the way to Galloway. Kay, back to Galloway for 3. Makes it look so easy. Bing Cheng Lin. Back out it goes to Chow. Trying to get away from Brandt. Artino. It's a very crowded lane. Asking a lot when he's triple teamed like that. And it's quite clear Australia just intent on stopping Artino. They really do fancy their chances against anything else. Maybe it's one of the reasons why Australia lead by 17. Okay, Galloway, McDonald, Galloway. Gack in the game now, as you can see. As Artino picks up a rebound. Can Chinese Taipei just close this gap? Cheng Lin gets it back, steps away from Kay. Gack with a terrific rebound. How about the athletic leap there? Galloway, all on his own. Good rebound though from Cheng Lin.
Foul Australia, number 15.
Munjonya called for the foul.
And substitution for Chinese Taipei, number 42, Fan.
Stepping back in then. .128 to play in this third quarter. Nothing that Cheng Lin can do in that situation though. Munjonya with the hustle. Not any space whatsoever. Wei. Back to Cheng Lin. Going to do it himself. He might have to now. needs a bit of help. Xion Fan trying to get in there, Cheng Lin, but the shot went up after the shot clock expired.
Substitution. Chinese Taipei. Number 10, Zhu Wenli.
Zhu Wenli into the game. As Chow steps to the sidelines. Here come Australia once more. Gak. Towards Kay. And he's only going to bury that. Typically characterful and leadership performance from Nick Kay as Chinese Taipei make 3 from the right corner. Galloway. Kay, the alley-oop towards Gak. Does well to hold on to that. How about the reverse? Doesn't fall. Cheng Lin for Chinese Taipei. Should be their last possession of this quarter. 2-second differential on the game clock. Cheng Lin to the corner it goes. Way off the iron. Can Australia pull off the miracle play? Alley-oop. Oh, they really went for that. But they are in charge now, Australia. It's a case now, surely, of just sealing off the win. 56-73, Australia lead at the end of 3. And these, the key stats. You might have expected Australia to be more successful in the paint. Less so Chinese Taipei. More success from outside. That will be something to work on for the next windows. Moller early on with the layup for the Boomers. And Amit Nar continuing to quietly impress in the backcourt. He'll have learned from this experience, I'm sure. He's making his first appearance in the Boomers jersey. This is basketball out of Illawarra Hawks. As does Alex Madronya and Akola Gak. And when you think of all the players that are missing for Australia, it is some depth that they have. There's Galloway, part of the Sydney Kings setup. Remember to download the app, head to your favourite mobile phone provider and get all the information you need as we build up to next year's finals in Japan, the Philippines and Indonesia. There'll be plenty of marks and sacrifices made by all of the players from all of the teams to try and get there. Such pride in the jersey. Don't tell Nick Kay that he doesn't have the passion to play for Australia. He's got the scars to prove it. Final quarter then. 17 points the margin. Australia 73-56 with Galloway, McDonald, Kay, Gak and Madronya on the court. Galloway draining the 3 as if he's been doing it all his life, which he may just have. Lin, Wei, Lin, Artino and Fan on court for Chinese Taipei, now really up against it, 20 points down. And is it the final quarter where Australia really ripped loose? Kay, Galloway, Madronya. Gets it back from Kay. Gak waiting for it around the free throw line, but it's Madronya from the top of the key. Rattles out. Kay flings it out to Galloway. Oh, can't miss right now. Jalen Galloway. 13 points, 4 from 6. Oh, But how about the authority there from Sheng Lin? Suddenly got a little wild in the early stages of this final quarter. Sheng Lin with the driving layup. Looking forward to seeing that one again. That might be one of the last contributions from Nick Kay. 7 from 12, 11 rebounds, 10 assists, 14 points. Magnificent. Triple-double, not bad. Sheng Lin, well, that is not that clever, is it? Violation. And the Chinese Taipei minds just wilting a little bit. With an 8-second violation now. McDonald. Galloway. Galloway 4 from 6 from the court. Gack. Going to try and drive it up, loses it though. Away come Chinese Taipei through Fan. 3-point play. Nowhere near from Xiao Jinwu. 8:22 to play. "17 seconds remaining then on the shot clock. Here is Wu, who's going to have another try. And again, it's air ball. Artino with a fine offensive rebound, though. Back out to the corner it goes. Sheng Lin won't count. Cheng Pai with the turnover. Foot out of bounds. Here's McDonald to Gack. Madronia. McDonald in the paint. He's going to get it from Gack. Back to Gack. Just wasn't full for Aquera. Trying to get over the halfway line there to Chinese Taipei. But only just. Gack, Galloway, McDonald, Madronia, and Aquera on court right now. Cheng Pai can't find its way to Artino. But still Chinese Taipei ball with the shot clock. How about that? That is extraordinary from Big Sheng Lin. He was from way back. There's Gack. Oh, losing the ball just as he's preparing the dunk. But Big Sheng Lin with an extraordinary tray. Get out of here. You're just too cool for school as well. I will be running around the court in utter ecstasy after that. He's just making it look far too cool as Artino drives it up. But we'll only be able to draw the foul as we see Emmett Na come in for Madronia. And Artino will go to the line. First foul of the final quarter. Gack picks up his first. And Galloway is done as Molo steps in. Some mini little flurry that from Jay Galloway. 3 from 5 from outside. An assist. A rebound, rather. 13 points in all. But Artino to the line. Molo with the rebound for Australia. Emmett Na, referee's whistle goes, and backcourt violation is called. Yu Chao in for Xiao Jinwu on the Chinese Taipei side. Here's our star man, Yao Cheng Pai. 7.6 assists. Great inside ball to Altino. The layup won't drop. Gets the second bite of the cherry. 20 points, 7 from 14. Nice combination that with Yao Cheng Pai. McDonald though for Australia. Aquera to Gak. 5 seconds on the shot clock. McDonald loses it under pressure. But away comes Chinese Taipei. Yao Cheng Pai. Back out it goes. They just hold their shape. Yao Cheng. Bing Shen Lin. Altino. Yu Chao to Yao Cheng Pai. Australia rebound. 16. If they can get it to less than double digits, Chinese Taipei, then may yet make Australia think again. Moller inside to Gat, the spin, but not the layup. Plenty in reserve, mind you, for Australia as it goes up from Chow from outside. Moller with the rebound. McDonald. Aquera. Gets away, drives it up the lane. Will he find the layup? Not quite. A fine bit of defensive hustle from Sean McDonald to make sure Taipei don't go coast to coast.
Substitution Australia, number 9, Zulik, and number 12, Grant.
Bedridge bringing back one or two of the more established names, particularly in Angus Brandt. Let's try and settle things down a little. But nothing untoward so far. Timeout called, Chinese Taipei. 5:14 to play in the game. And it's Australia advancing very fairly indeed right now. Some performance from Nick Kay, that, isn't it? Not for the first time, leading from the front. And a very fine window here for Australia. 14 points against Chinese Taipei in the first game, and then doing well against Japan too. How about the layup though? Chow, 12 points. Shooting very well. Inside the last 5 minutes then. What more have Chinese Taipei got to give? Emmett Na for Australia. Bounce pass finds Brandt. He's going to try and take it on himself with a hook. Aquera gets it back out to Zunik. Here's Moller. Long range 2. Once again, another air ball. We've seen so many air balls from Chinese Taipei. This is the physical pressure that Australia put on them in the paint and outside. Here's Aquera for three. Oh. Likes that outside shot, doesn't he? Chow trying to drive it up the baseline, just loses it at the wrong moment though.
Substitution. Chinese Taipei number 57.
And again, the rotation from Chinese Taipei as they just keep things fresh. Xiao Jinwu into the game. Here's Emmett Na, Moller, Sunik, Quera. Gonna try and get him open maybe. Brandt, Emmett Na. Sunik with the offensive rebound. Aquera once more. Moller. 10 seconds on the shot clock, off the iron. Aquera gets in there again. Oh, nice back of the hand, but denied by Artino. Emmett Na's free. Shot clock has been recalculated. Hand in from Taipei means it gets reset once more, and finally Chinese Taipei bring a halt to the madness. Here's Wu for three. Oh, drained it. There's a lot to enjoy in this game. Sunik responds with authority from outside. Quiet game, but 9 points, no bad shakes at all. Yao Cheng Pai, Artino. Chow, here's Pai once more. Got to get on with it. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Pai, never looked like missing. Off balance a little too, I think, in the shot too. All may be a little in vain though. There's Moller with the long range two, not quite. Yao Cheng Pai trying to do it all himself, but it doesn't work. And Sunik gives Brandt the dunk, and that just might finish things off. Angus Brandt, 13 points. And a pat on the back for Artino. They've had a good scrap in the paint. Chinese Taipei timeout. 18 points the margin with 1 minute 33 to play. Double-double then for William Artino. He has worked hard in the paint tonight. And his evening is not yet done either. I suspect Kay and Brandt might just have finished though. Reese Vague in the game. Bend it too as Cheng Spy gets in, Bendit gets the rebound for Australia. Under pressure from Martino.
Number 31, Martino. Third personal, teams first.
Galloway back into the game too. There's Emmett Nar, Bendit. Towards Rhys Vague. Vague from long range two, not quite. Martino. A bit of pressure there from Zunic. Wu can't find the three from the corner. And it has been relatively straightforward in the end. Galloway was hot earlier on. Bendit with the offensive rebound and draws the foul too from Sin Quan Lin. It will be now 3-0 for Australia in Group B.
First personal and team second. And substitution.
They will advance, you would think, in due course from this group into the second round of qualifiers that take place in August and November later this year, and also then in February 2023. Bendit makes the first from the line. 7 Asian teams to qualify. Philippines and Japan have already qualified as co-hosts. Indonesia will join them, depending on their FIBA Asia Cup qualification. They make it through to the quarterfinals there. So it could be 6, could be 7 in the end. 6 plus Indonesia. Last moments here, though. As Emmett Nar takes it up. One more possession for Australia, perhaps. Rhys Vague, Nar. He'll drive it up himself. He's got Vague there waiting for it potentially. Bendit, 3 seconds on the shot clock. Back to Nar. Good rebound from Zunic. Very athletic indeed, but stolen away by Chinese Taipei, and they will get the last point. Well, no! Zhu Wei Lin denied, and that will be that. Time expires and Australia's task is complete. Fine work inside in particular, and they win it over Chinese Taipei 71-90. The Boomers 3-0. A satisfying job of work. Beat Japan earlier, now 2 wins over Chinese Taipei in this window. Strength in the paint. And more work outside in the end in that final quarter, but there will be better performances, I'm sure. The rebounding showing just how much presence inside that Australia had in comparison to their opponents. And while Martino led all scorers with 20, with his double-double, Kay's triple-double, and a much more consistent, supportive effort from the rest of his team, meaning Australia claimed the win with a little bit to spare, it has to be said. Martino, though, with a fine performance, and Australia just acknowledging the delegation and all the fans that would be here, of course, with their open spaces, and that is nice to see. Australia head coach Rob Beveridge greeting William Martino and praising him on his performance. Nick Kay ready to talk to Australian television as well. And these the best plays of the half. Worth actually going through the Australian box score, actually, the Australian section of the box score. Nick Kay then 14 points, 7 rebounds, 11 rebounds, I should say, 10 assists. Angus Brandt, 13 points, 5 rebounds. Jay Galloway, 13 points himself. Really got on fire in that second half. Emmett Nar, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists. And 5 assists too for Craig Moller, along with his 8 points. And only Bengnit, who only came on for the last minute and 33 with fewer than 1 point. In fact, Gak failed to trouble the scorers in the end, but Aquera 6, Majonia 5, Moller 8, McDonald 6, Nar 6 as mentioned, Vague 9, Zunic 9. They really do have depth, the Australians, and they will pose problems for any team in the world, especially when they get all of their top players back, as you might expect from a team that won bronze in Tokyo last year. And should they make it through, and they ought to make it through this qualification process, there'll be no team, even the United States, who will relish taking on Australia. Though the play of the game, surely, that one from Bing Shen Lin. Gets better every time. Chinese Taipei, on the other hand, real 3 efforts to Tasana Artino with his double-double, 20 points, 13 rebounds. Yao Cheng Pai, 10 points and 6 assists. And Q.U. Chow, 12 points, 4 rebounds, but not a lot else. 9 points, Bing Sheng Lin. Zhao Jin Wu, 8 points. Problem of depth there, unmistakable for Chinese Taipei, who are now 0-3 in the standings, as you'll see very shortly indeed. So that is Group B, and remember, 3 from these 4 teams set to go into the second round of qualifiers. There are the standings. Australia on 6 points after their 3 games. China and Australia still to play each other twice. Look out for those, they could be fun. So the group a little lopsided, but that will be all sorted out later this summer. That is the window completed in the Okinawa bubble. Thanks for your company. From myself, Chris Edison, and the rest of the FIBA team, enjoy the rest of your basketball. From us all, it's goodbye.
Congratulations, Nick. Amazing performance from you and the team today and throughout the event. How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling really good. We came here to get 3 wins and we managed to do that.